Hey, Doug. Jalen obviously played well today and put the team in a position to win a high scoring game. But what were some of the things that you thought he did particularly well? And would you project him to be the starter next Sunday?
Um, yeah, I thought he had great poise out there, great leadership. Played obviously physically tough, mentally tough. Made some really good throws down the stretch, especially in the second half when we kind of had to put a couple drives together. So um, yeah, played well. Played really well. Take care of the football. I mean, those are all things we talk about, and he's able to do that. Plus lead the team into the end zone. Um, and yeah, I'll probably have a decision for you, tomorrow on next week. Try to get through this game first.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then Zangaro.
Doug, what went into your decision to have Zach Ertz as the placeholder, and did you consider going for two there instead?
Yeah, Zach Ertz is our backup holder, and we practice with him during the week. He gets snaps. It was unfortunate. Rick put a bad snap back there, and it was on the ground, and Zach did the best he could right there, to put the ball down. After that particular play, my consideration to go for two went up just a little bit more.
Doug, if I could follow up too, how much were Zach and Rick able to practice on the sideline before they went in?
You know what? I got with Coach Phipp to ask them, to get some. I don't know how many snaps they got, but I never did see them because I was into the game obviously, and on the defensive side, I was just so I can't answer the question. I didn't see it.
Steve and John McMullen.
Hey, Doug, I know you see Jalen in practice and you have every day for a while now, but are there things that you just don't know about a player until he's in these game situations? And what have you learned about Jalen in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. You never really know much about guys until they play, I think what he's done, what he's capable of doing. Obviously, he's a motivated athlete, motivated quarterback. He's driven, and that's a good thing because he's a self-starter. Great leadership ability, obviously, and plays, as I said, he plays tough mentally and physically, and you saw today how well he could throw, from the pocket and then obviously outside the pocket. So. He's doing a good job. I would say that there's still room to grow. Obviously, just learning the details and of our game, and he can get better there. But gave us an opportunity to win today.
John and then Tim McManus.
Hey, Doug. To kind of follow up on that a little bit, did you learn anything falling down 16-0? Just the adversity that presents to a starting quarterback, especially one in his second game. Did you learn anything about Jalen from that perspective?
Well, I just felt if we just stuck to our game plan, that we could work ourselves back into the game. I mean, we self-destructed, man, in the first quarter. Block punt, we had the safety. It was just mistakes, penalties. We lined up wrong a couple times offensively. It just self-inflicted things in the first quarter that just set us back, and this has kind of been our what's kind of plagued us all season is just these types of mistakes, and we got it corrected obviously, and we climbed ourselves back out of it and put ourselves in that position to win the game at the end.
Tim and then Rob Maddie.
Hey, Doug, there was a report today that the Carson would want to move on from the Eagles if this current situation continues. Wanted to get your reaction to that and ask if you've talked to him about
it. My reaction is, I tell you this: Carson has done everything we've asked him to do. He's a pro. he's engaging. He's helping Jalen, and so he's doing everything that we're asking him to do right now. I get it, and I understand it's a frustrating situation probably for him, but at the same time, I also see him helping Jalen and helping our offense, and that's what he's doing, during these games. So, I don't, I don't know much about the other stuff.
Rob and then Martin Frank.
Before I get into my question, Doug, I actually also reported that Carson did not say that, and he doesn't want out of Philly. But my question was, Jalen didn't get sacked last week, got sacked 6 times today, 2 tough ones there in the fourth quarter when you guys got down to the 11. What were you seeing that was different between last week and this week that led to some of those sacks?
Well, I mean, listen, they had a chance to watch Jalen from last week, right? They had some film on him and change their pass rush lanes and do some things a little bit differently. They pressured a little more with 5 guys, and so we had more one-on-one matchups up front, and just a couple times we just got beat, and that's going to happen, and we'll learn from it, move on.
Martin and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Doug, obviously without 3 of your 4 starters in the secondary, I mean, Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins had pretty big games. But, I mean, was there anything that you liked, seeing like from Jaquette and also Epps? I mean, they forced the 2 turnovers, deep inside your territory and everything. I mean, just how, they played overall despite being so shorthanded.
I'll tell you something. My hat's off to these guys. Put in a tough situation against a really good football team with great skill and ability as they do. Arizona does, on offense, and they battled their tails off. And these are guys that they're going up against that are these guys are solid NFL players. DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray. I mean, Christian Kirk. The guys have really good skill, and I thought our guys battled. And gave us some opportunities there. I mean, we created some turnovers, some takeaways, and again, my hat is off to these guys for what they did, and it's just going to make them better. It's going to make us better, I think, moving forward, and having these young guys, play as much as they have.
We have time for one more, so we'll end it here with Zach.
Hey, Doug, this is your 9th loss of the season. You haven't had that since 2016. I know I know you're caught up in the week-to-week nature of it and adjusting to the offense with Jalen. But what's your perspective about how the season has turned out at this point?
Well, Zach, it's not where we want to be. We start out the season with a lot of expectations, high expectations and hopes and aspirations and goals to, put ourselves in a position to win the NFC East at the beginning of the year and play for a playoff spot, and it just hasn't happened. It's been disappointing there, and we've had our share of injury obviously this season, and the mistakes that keep sort of compiling each week. I mean, these are things that I've got to look at and get corrected, and that falls on me to do that, and that's why it's disappointing, personally from my standpoint. I know the guys are disappointed, and because they see how hard they work and how hard, the amount of time they put in during the week to play these games, and you saw it again today. There's no quit. There's no, they keep fighting right to the end, 60-minute football games, and giving ourselves a chance to win. And, my message to the team after the game is still that. We still have, we have 2 football games left, and anything is possible, and we got to continue to work, and that's what we're going to do.